Fasting during the month of Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam and is considered one of the most important acts of worship in the Islamic faith. It is a time for Muslims around the world to purify their bodies and souls, increase their devotion to Allah SWT, and gain spiritual rewards. Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic lunar calendar, is a period of fasting, prayer, reflection, and community for Muslims. Fasting, known as Sawm, in Ramadan is a commandment from Allah, and it serves multiple purposes, both spiritual and social. It is a means of achieving taqwa, God consciousness, fostering empathy for the less fortunate, and cleansing oneself from worldly distractions. Ramadan is a month when Muslims cleanse themselves spiritually, seeking forgiveness from Allah for their past sins. It is a time for personal reflection and reconnecting with one's faith. Ramadan is also significant because it is a month in which the Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, as a guidance for mankind. Therefore, Ramadan is also a time to increase one's connection with the Quran through reading, recitation, and reflection. Fasting is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, making it an essential practice for all Muslims. These 5 pillars are the foundation of a Muslim's faith and actions, and fasting is a central element in this structure. Fasting during Ramadan allows Muslims to purify their hearts and mind from sins and distractions. Through fasting, a Muslim seeks forgiveness and closeness to Allah. The act of abstaining from food, drink, and other worldly pleasures encourages self-discipline, helping to detach from the material world and focus on Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "Whoever fasts during Ramadan with faith and seeking reward, all his past sins will be forgiven." Sahih Bukhari. One of the main goals of fasting in Ramadan is to increase taqwa, which means a heightened sense of awareness and fear of Allah. Fasting helps to develop the ability to control one's desires and instincts, resulting in greater self-restraint and consciousness of Allah in all aspects of life. As the Quran says, "O you who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting as it was decreed upon those before you that you may become righteous." Quran 2:183. Ramadan is a time of immense mercy, and fasting in this blessed month is believed to cleanse one from past sins. Through sincere repentance and asking for forgiveness, a fasting individual can hope for Allah's mercy and forgiveness. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, mentioned, when the month of Ramadan begins, the gates of mercy are opened. Sahih Muslim. Fasting helps Muslims to understand the suffering of the poor and hungry as they experience hunger and thirst during the day. This empathy motivates individuals to increase charity, helping those in need during the month. Zakat, obligatory charity, and Sadaqah, voluntary charity, are often given more generously during Ramadan. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "He who does not give up false speech and false actions, Allah does not need him to give up his food and drink." Sahih Bukhari. While the primary purpose of fasting is spiritual, there are also physical health benefits. Intermittent fasting, as seen in Ramadan, has been shown to improve metabolism, promote weight loss, and improve overall digestive health. Fasting also helps to detoxify the body, as the digestive system gets a break from constant processing of food. It encourages the body to eliminate toxins and re-establish a balance in metabolism. Many Muslims report feeling lighter and more energetic during Ramadan due to the focus on whole foods, especially dates, fruits, and water, and a reduction of unhealthy indulgences. Ramadan fosters a sense of unity among Muslims, as the entire Muslim Ummah community fast together during the same month. The communal aspect of fasting is significant, with shared experiences of suhoor, pre-dawn meal, and iftar, meal to break the fast, bringing Muslims closer together. Special prayers such as Taraweeh, extra prayers performed at night, are also held in congregation, and this shared worship strengthens a bond between Muslims. The communal celebration of Eid al-Fitr, marking the end of Ramadan, is a joyous occasion, reinforcing unity and brotherhood. Ramadan is a time when the rewards for good deeds are multiplied, and Muslims are encouraged to do acts of kindness, prayer, and charity. Every prayer, every recitation of the Quran, and every act of kindness during Ramadan is believed to carry greater rewards than at any other time of the year. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "Whoever prays during the nights of Ramadan with faith and hoping for a reward from Allah, his past sins will be forgiven." Sahih Bukhari. One of the most significant nights of the year during Ramadan is Laylat al-Qadr, often translated as a night of power or the Night of Decree. It is believed to occur on one of the last 10 odd-numbered nights of Ramadan, often the 27th night. During this night, the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad PBUH, and it is a night of great mercy and blessings. Allah says in the Quran, "Indeed, we sent it, the Quran, down during the night of decree. And what can make you know what is the night of decree? The night of decree is better than 1,000 months." Quran 97:1-3. Ramadan is considered a special time to make dua, supplication, as it is a moment when Allah is especially close to his believers. Fasting Muslims believe their duas are more likely to be accepted during Ramadan, especially when breaking their fast. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "The fasting person has a dua that is not rejected when he breaks his fast." Ibn Majah. Ramadan serves as a reminder of the transient nature of material wealth and worldly comforts. By abstaining from food, drink, and physical desires, Muslims break free from their attachments to the dunya world. The fasting person learns to detach from material pursuits, realizing that true happiness lies not in earthly pleasures, but in fulfilling the commands of Allah and working toward eternal success in the hereafter. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, taught that fasting is a way of purifying the heart from excessive attachment to material wealth. He said, "Fasting is a shield, so when one of you is fasting, let him not speak obscenely or act foolishly." Sahih Bukhari. Fasting acts as a cleanser for the soul and mind, allowing Muslims to escape the distractions of daily life. During this time, the focus shifts from worldly pleasures to the worship and remembrance of Allah. By refraining from physical desires, a fasting person learns to purify their inner self from negative traits like greed, anger, and jealousy. It is a time for self-reflection, personal growth, and spiritual rejuvenation. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "Fasting is not just abstaining from food and drink, but fasting also includes abstaining from indecent speech and actions." Sahih Bukhari. Fasting in Ramadan requires great willpower and patience, as Muslims must endure hunger, thirst, and the temptation to break their fast. This strengthens their self-control and ability to resist immediate gratification in all areas of life. It serves as an opportunity to develop patience, whether it is in dealing with personal challenges, facing adversity, or controlling negative emotions like anger or frustration. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "The strong person is not the one who overcomes others by his physical strength, but the strong person is the one who controls himself while in anger." Sahih Bukhari. During Ramadan, Muslims are encouraged to engage in more acts of worship and good deeds than usual. This includes performing additional prayers, giving charity, and reading the Quran regularly. The nights of Ramadan are particularly important for prayer. In addition to the obligatory prayers, Muslims perform Taraweeh prayers after the Isha prayer, and many also increase their dhikr, remembrance of Allah. Acts of kindness and charity are encouraged, as the rewards for every good deed are multiplied during Ramadan. A simple act of kindness can result in great rewards, and many Muslims use this time to increase their voluntary acts of worship, charity, and goodwill. Ramadan is a month that offers an opportunity for personal transformation. It is a chance to break free from negative habits, set new goals for self-improvement, and commit to positive changes. Many Muslims use Ramadan to make resolutions to improve their relationship with Allah, their family, and their community. Whether it is striving to pray more consistently, seeking to learn more about the faith, or committing to personal development, Ramadan provides a perfect environment for change. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "Whoever fasts Ramadan with faith and seeking reward from Allah, all his previous sins will be forgiven." Sahih Bukhari. Fasting helps to develop gratitude for the blessings of food, drink, and all the comforts that are often taken for granted. When Muslims break their fast at sunset, they feel immense appreciation for the sustenance provided by Allah, and this fosters a deeper sense of contentment with what they have. Ramadan reminds Muslims to be thankful for the basic necessities of life and to reflect on how privileged they are compared to those who suffer from hunger and poverty. The Quran advises, "And remember when your Lord proclaimed, 'If you are grateful, I will certainly give you more, but if you are ungrateful, indeed my punishment is severe.'" Quran 14:7. Ramadan serves as a time of hope and renewal, a reminder that no matter how far one has strayed from the path of righteousness, there's always the opportunity to turn back to Allah. During Ramadan, Allah's mercy is abundant, and Muslims believe that the gates of heaven are open, while the gates of hell are closed. This provides a sense of optimism, as individuals are encouraged to strive for forgiveness and redemption. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "Whoever fasts Ramadan and prays the nights of Ramadan with faith and seeking reward, his previous sins will be forgiven." Sahih Bukhari. In conclusion, fasting in Ramadan is a deeply transformative spiritual journey. It is not merely an act of abstaining from food and drink, but a time for reflection, self-improvement, spiritual growth, and social solidarity. Through fasting, Muslims have the opportunity to purify their hearts and minds, increase their consciousness of Allah, develop empathy for the less fortunate, and earn immense spiritual rewards. The month offers an unparalleled chance to strengthen one's faith, renew one's relationship with Allah, and make meaningful positive changes in one's life. Whether through prayer, reflection, or acts of charity, Ramadan is a sacred time to focus on personal growth, community unity, and devotion to Allah. As Ramadan concludes with the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, Muslims rejoice in their achievements of the month, giving thanks for the strength and patience they demonstrated and forgiveness they hope to earn. It is a time of gratitude, renewal, and joy, as they continue to carry the lessons and blessings of Ramadan into the rest of the year. As Ramadan concludes with the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, Muslims experience a deep sense of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment. The day of Eid is a time of communal celebration, marking the end of a month-long period of self-discipline, worship, and spiritual growth. It is a time to come together with family and friends, to share meals, and to give thanks to Allah for the strength and patience demonstrated during the month of fasting. Muslims offer a special prayer known as the Eid prayer, which is performed in congregation, and it is followed by a day of celebration, feasting, and giving to those in need. The completion of Ramadan is not merely an end to the fasting, but a time to reflect on the lessons learned throughout the month. The spiritual benefits of Ramadan, such as increased taqwa, God consciousness, self-discipline, empathy for others, and a renewed sense of gratitude, should continue to influence a Muslim's actions throughout the rest of the year. Many Muslims strive to maintain the positive changes they have made during Ramadan, whether it is in their relationship with Allah, their commitment to prayer, or their generosity toward others. The teachings and practices of Ramadan provide an opportunity for lasting personal and spiritual transformation. In the days following Ramadan, Muslims often seek to maintain their connection with the Quran by continuing to read and reflect upon it. The habit of offering extra prayers and engaging in dhikr, remembrance of Allah, may also continue as a means of staying spiritually nourished. While Ramadan is a special and intense time of worship, its impact can extend beyond the month itself, creating a lasting influence on a Muslim's life. For many, the sense of unity experienced during Ramadan, whether through communal prayers, charity, or shared meals, serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining strong bonds with family, friends, and the broader Muslim community. This communal aspect of Ramadan helps to foster a sense of belonging and solidarity among Muslims around the world, transcending geographical boundaries and uniting them in worship and shared values. Ramadan also reminds Muslims of the importance of charity and generosity, especially toward the less fortunate. Zakat al-Fitr, the obligatory charity given at the end of Ramadan, ensures that even those who are less fortunate are able to join in the celebrations of Eid. This act of charity helps to cleanse any imperfections in one's fast and ensures that everyone, regardless of their economic status, can partake in the joy of Eid. Overall, Ramadan serves as a powerful reminder of the ultimate purpose of life, to worship and serve Allah. The month of fasting provides a means for Muslims to strengthen their faith, cleanse their hearts, and improve their behavior. The rewards of fasting in Ramadan are immense, both in this life and the hereafter, and the lessons learned during Ramadan can continue to shape a Muslim's life for years to come. Through fasting, prayer, charity, and reflection, Muslims are reminded that the path to spiritual fulfillment is one of continuous striving, personal growth, and devotion to Allah. As Ramadan draws to a close, the transition to Eid al-Fitr is marked by a sense of accomplishment and renewal. The fast has been a deeply personal journey of devotion, and the celebration of Eid serves as a culmination of that journey. It is a time for Muslims to give thanks to Allah for the strength to endure the challenges of fasting and to seek forgiveness for any shortcomings during the month. Eid is also a time for Muslims to reflect on the positive changes they have made and to renew their commitment to worship, self-improvement, and service to others. The social aspect of Ramadan extends into Eid, where Muslims come together in joy, sharing meals, exchanging gifts, and visiting one another. It is a time to reconnect with loved ones and to extend compassion to those who may be alone or in need. This communal atmosphere reinforces a sense of solidarity within the Muslim community as everyone celebrates together the rewards of the month of fasting. Eid is not only a celebration of the completion of a religious duty, but also an opportunity to reinforce the bonds of brotherhood and sisterhood within the Muslim Ummah. The acts of charity and generosity cultivated during Ramadan do not end with Eid. While Zakat al-Fitr ensures that those who are less fortunate can also partake in the celebrations, Muslims are reminded that charity is an ongoing practice, not confined to the month of Ramadan. The desire to give and help others should continue throughout the year, fueled by the lessons of empathy and compassion learned during the fast. This is a key aspect of the social impact of Ramadan, its ability to foster a culture of caring, kindness, and mutual support among people. The fast during Ramadan also cultivates a greater awareness of the privileges and blessings that many Muslims may take for granted throughout the year. By abstaining from food, drink, and comforts during daylight hours, Muslims develop a deep sense of gratitude for the simple provisions they often overlook. This newfound appreciation extends beyond material things to a heightened awareness of Allah's mercy and grace in every aspect of life. Ramadan serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of living with gratitude and humility, recognizing that everything comes from Allah and that we are dependent on His mercy and provisions. Ramadan also teaches the importance of balance in life. While the month is a time for spiritual focus and self-discipline, it is also a reminder of the importance of nurturing relationships and maintaining a sense of well-being. The balance between worship, personal reflection, family life, and community participation that Ramadan encourages can be carried forward into the rest of the year. Muslims are encouraged to lead balanced lives, where devotion to Allah is central, but where they also maintain strong relationships with their families, fulfill their duties in society, and take care of their physical and emotional health. One of the unique aspects of Ramadan is the opportunity for self-improvement. During this month, Muslims are encouraged to leave behind harmful habits, whether they are related to speech, behavior, or actions. Ramadan provides an environment in which a person can reassess their priorities, make amends for past wrongdoings, and set new goals for personal growth. It is an opportunity to work on improving character, overcoming negative traits, and striving toward becoming a better individual, both in terms of religious devotion and moral integrity. The emphasis on taqwa, God consciousness, during Ramadan encourages believers to purify their hearts and minds, and to engage in a continuous effort to grow closer to Allah. Furthermore, the practice of fasting during Ramadan instills patience and perseverance. It is not easy to give up food, drink, and other comforts for a whole month, but by doing so, a person learns to exercise patience in other areas of life. Patience becomes an essential quality that carries forward into day-to-day challenges, whether in the face of personal trials, societal struggles, or in interactions with others. The discipline required to fast helps build resilience and emotional fortitude, qualities that are valuable throughout a Muslim's life. Ultimately, the blessings of Ramadan are not limited to the month itself. The impact of fasting, prayer, and reflection can resonate long after Ramadan has ended, encouraging Muslims to live lives that are rooted in piety, compassion, and gratitude. The spiritual elevation achieved during Ramadan is a foundation that supports continued growth, improvement, and service to Allah and humanity. Whether through ongoing acts of charity, increased religious devotion, or enhanced self-control, Ramadan shapes a Muslim's approach to life, guiding them toward a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. The virtues of fasting during Ramadan cannot be overstated, as it is a month of immense spiritual opportunity, a time for deep reflection and growth. Each year, as Muslims around the world observe the fast, they draw closer to Allah and renew their sense of purpose. Eid al-Fitr serves as a joyful celebration of that devotion, a time to give thanks, reflect on the blessings of the past month, and look ahead to the challenges and opportunities of the coming year. The rewards of Ramadan are vast, both in this life and the hereafter, and its teachings continue to shape the lives of Muslims long after the month has ended.